Hi dear students, in this video I am going to discuss about therapeutic nursing care. So this is the subject for GNM first year Fundamental of Nursing and the chapter is therapeutic nursing care. So in this therapeutic nursing care I am going to discuss about care of patient with fluid and electrolyte imbalance and in which patient fluid and electrolyte are imbalanced. Those conditions, how the patient condition, if this fluid and electrolytes are imbalanced in the patient, how is the patient condition and how they can make a diagnosis and how they can treat this diagnosis. That thing now I am going to explain. So already we have discussed about this care of patient fluid and electrolyte imbalance. That is previous class I have discussed about fluid imbalance. So if the patient is having fluid imbalance, how they are going to replace that fluid? So that thing I have already discussed. And next, electrolytes. In electrolytes also few things I have discussed. So electrolytes also is essential in our body. So now I am going to discuss that is chlorides. So it is also one part of the electrolyte. Chloride. It is one type of electrolyte. It is very essential for human body. And next thing is we will see if chlorides are increasing or decreasing in the body. So what will happen to the patient? So what is the diagnosis? So how they are going to treat that condition? That thing now I will explain. So we will see first chloride. So chlorides also one part of the electrolytes. If the chlorides are decreased in the body, it is known as hypochloremia. So we will see what is meant by hypochloremia. So first thing is hypo. It indicates that there is a decreasing. Hypo means low. So decreasing the chloride levels in the body is known as hypochloremia. So it is the meaning of hypochloremia. So it is nothing but decreasing the levels of chloride in the body. So it is known as hypochloremia. Hypochloremia. And next thing is what is the normal range of chloride? 95 to 108 mV/cube per LL. So this is the normal range of chloride. So if the chloride levels are decreasing in the body, it is known as hypochloremia. So next we will see how it is occurring. So what are the conditions that leads to this condition? So that thing now we will see. So whereas known for causes, excess loss of chloride, most of these excess losses of chloride from where GI tract. So gastrointestinal tract, there is a chance to lose these chloride levels. And next thing is from kidneys also. So through these systems there is a chance to losses of chloride ion chloride ion. Through this system there is a chance to loss of chloride ion. So this is the one type of cause that leads to the hypochloremia. Next thing is sweating. So whenever we are getting sweating also, through sweating also there is a chance to lose chloride levels. So and next thing is clinical manifestation. So we will see clinical manifestation also. So we have seen that is what is the meaning of hypochloremia and causes of hypochloremia. So what is the causes of that? Excess loss of chloride ion through the GI tract or kidneys. And next thing is through sweating. So due to these things there is a chance to loss of chloride levels in the body. And next we will see clinical manifestation. So which type of clinical manifestations may be present in this condition? First thing is muscle twitching. So there is a presence of muscles twitching. And next thing is tremors. Tremors means there is a shaking. So there is a presence of tremors in the body and tetany also. So these are the clinical manifestations may be present in the hypochloremia condition of the patient. And there is a presence of weakness and restlessness. Next thing, there is a presence of nausea, vomiting. So these are the clinical manifestations we can see in hypochloremia condition of the patient. So such type of condition of the patient, which type of laboratory findings they will see? So to identify the value of chloride. So in laboratory finding they will go for serum chloride test. So they will see the serum chloride investigation, they will advise. Through blood they will do that investigation to identify the range of chloride. So whether it is normal or below, whether it is increased or decreased, that thing they will see by doing this serum chloride test. So how they are going to do that test? Through blood. So by taking blood they will do that serum chloride test. So to identify the chloride levels, whether it is low or high, to identify those things they will see this blood investigation. And next thing is, after seeing that clinical manifestation, after seeing that laboratory findings, what is the next step? So by name itself we can understand that is therapeutic nursing care. So what is the meaning of therapeutic nursing care? By name itself we can understand that the nurse is going to give the care to the patient. So such type of condition, as a nurse, how she is going to treat this condition. So that thing now we will see in nursing intervention. So as a nurse, first thing is she has to assess the clinical manifestation. So which type of clinical manifestations are present in the patient. So that thing the nurse has to assess those conditions first thing, where in nursing intervention. And next second step is she has to monitor vitals compulsory. So the nurse has to check the vitals compulsory. So by checking vitals, whether the patient vitals are normal or abnormal, that thing we can see. So in vitals, temperature, pulse, respiration, oxygen, BP, blood pressure. So these all those things the nurse has to observe. So whereas come in electrolyte imbalance, compulsory the nurse has to check the vitals to identify the patient problem. And next thing is what she has to tell, and next what she has to do after assessing the clinical manifestation and after monitoring the vitals. And next step is according to the physician order. So according to the physician order, as a nurse, she has to administer the medication. So the patient is having low chloride. So there is a decrease in the levels of chloride in the body. So to improve the chlorides, what the nurse has to do? According to the physician order, the nurse has to administer the medication. So according to the physician order, in correct drug and correct dose. And next thing is she has to see everything while administering the medicine. Before administering the medication, she has to observe the patient condition. And next thing is after administering the medication also, she has to observe for any side effects are present or not. That thing the nurse has to see. So according to the physician order, so which type of medication they will advise, that thing the nurse has to administer for these kind of patients. And next thing is not only medication. So whereas come for diet, so then about diet also the nurse has to educate the patient. So which type of diet food contains chlorides, and which type of food and drink and cool drinks, so which one is contains high chloride levels. So that thing the nurse has to explain to the patient and their family members. If they are not understanding by this explanation, she has to give health education by showing the pictures to clear out their problems about the diet pattern. And next thing is the patient may have fear and anxiety regarding this condition. So in order to prevent that fear and anxiety, as a nurse she has to provide health education regarding the nature of illness to clear out their problem, to prevent fear and anxiety. So by explaining this, by giving this health education, there is a chance to removal of the there is a chance to decreasing the fear and anxiety, and that is the nurse responsibility to provide health education regarding the nature of illness to the patient and their family members. And next thing is the nurse has to provide psychological support also to the patient to provide good health. And next thing is, so these things we can see in nursing intervention. So where in hypochloremia condition of the patient. So completed this topic. Whatever I have discussed till now, one more time I will summarize. First thing is hypochloremia means it is nothing but there is a decrease in the levels of chloride in the body. It is known as hypochloremia. So by name itself we can understand that is hypo, there is a decreasing. And next thing is whereas come for causes. What is the causes? It is leads to the hypochloremia, mostly excess losses of chloride ion. How it is losing from the body? Through GI tract or kidneys, gastrointestinal tract or kidneys. Through these systems, there is a chance to loss of chloride ion. So it leads to the hypochloremia, and not only these two, there is a chance to loss from the sweating also. And next thing is clinical manifestation. We have seen that is muscle twitching and tremors, tetany, nausea, vomiting, restlessness, weakness, and these are the things can present in this kind of patient. And next we have seen laboratory findings. Mostly in such type of condition, which type of investigation they will do? That is nothing but serum chloride level. And next whereas come for nursing intervention. As a nurse, how she is going to take care of the patient in this kind of condition. So that thing now we have seen. I am going to discuss about imbalance of electrolytes in the body. So if the patient is having imbalanced electrolytes, what is the condition of the patient, and such type of condition how they are going to treat in the hospital, and as a nurse how she is going to give the care such type of patient. So that thing now I am going to explain. So already we have seen in previous classes electrolytes. So in electrolytes there are sodium, potassium, chloride, magnesium, phosphate. These are those things are present in the electrolytes. So already we have discussed about sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. Next thing is, now I am going to discuss high chloride. So in high chlorides we have seen if the chloride levels are decreased in the body. So what is the condition of the patient and which type of diagnosis it leads to this hypochloremia, and how they are going to treat that condition. That thing now I have explained. So next we will see if the chloride levels are increased in the body, what will happen. So that thing now I will explain. So hyperchloremia. So what is the meaning of hyperchloremia? So by name itself we can understand that is the increase in the levels of chlorides in the body. It is known as hyperchloremia. So it is nothing but there is a increase in the levels of chloride in the body. It is known as hyperchloremia. And what is the normal range of chlorides? That is 98 to 105 MEq per L. This is the normal range of chlorides. So if it is above 108, it is known as hyperchloremia, and whereas seen in hypo, there is a below 98. So it indicates that low levels. It is known as hypochloremia. So this is the difference between hypo and hyper. And next we will see how it is occurring to the patient. So what are the causes it leads to the hyperchloremia? So first thing is excess replacement of sodium chloride or potassium chloride, or additional risk factor for high serum chloride levels. So here what is the main causes? That is excess replacement of sodium chloride or potassium chloride, or additional risk for this increasing the chloride levels in the body. So this is the cause to lead this hyperchloremia. And next we will see which type of clinical manifestations are present in this condition. So there is a presence of weakness in the there is a presence of lethargy. So what is the meaning of lethargy? It is nothing but there is an inactivityness in the patient. So the patient may not be activity. The patient may not doing his activities properly. There is a presence of inactivityness. And next thing is dysrhythmia. So by name itself we can understand that is the irregular heartbeat. And next thing is there is a chance to get coma also. So these are the clinical manifestations we can see in such type of conditions. So what are those clinical manifestations? First thing is weakness, lethargy, and next one is dysrhythmia, and next thing is coma and presence of nausea, vomiting, and next thing is restlessness. So these are the things we can see in clinical manifestation. Which type of condition of the patient? And hyperchloremia of the patient. So these are the clinical manifestations are present in these conditions. So by seeing this clinical manifestation for this diagnosis, how much which type of laboratory finding they will find out. So serum chloride level. So they will see the serum chloride level. So to identify the level of serum chloride, whether it is normal or whether it is increased, to identify that thing they will go for serum chloride investigation. And next thing is that investigation done by blood. So through blood they will do that investigation to identify the chloride levels, whether it is increased or decreased. So that for that purpose they are going to do serum chloride investigation in this condition. And next thing is nursing intervention. So as a nurse, such type of condition of the patient, how she is going to treat this condition? So first thing is, as a nurse, she has to assess the clinical manifestation so that the nurse can give care very easily. So first thing is, the nurse has to assess the clinical manifestation. And next thing is, as a nurse, she has to monitor the vitals of the patient. So most of time who is having electrolyte imbalance, there is no proper vitals also, there is a changes in vitals. So to identify those things, the nurse has to monitor the vitals. So what is the normal, what is the range of BP and temperature, pulse, respiration, oxygen, these things the nurse has to monitor when the patient is having hyperchloremia. And next thing is, according to the physician order, to decrease this chloride levels, according to the physician order, the nurse has to provide the medication. So before administering the medication, she has to see the correct drug and correct dose and correct time and correct patient. So everything she has to see and she should administer according to the physician order. So before administering this medication, the nurse has to explain to the patient. So what is the purpose of administering this medication? So that thing the nurse has to explain. So after administering this medication, there is a chance to get side effects also. So about those things also the nurse has to explain to the patient. And next thing is, not only this medication, whereas comfort diet. So dietary changes also should be there. So which diet contain more low chloride, and which diet, which food, which fruit, which drinks contain low chloride levels. So that thing the nurse has to explain to the patient and their family members. So if they are not understanding by explanation, the nurse has to provide health education regarding the diet pattern by showing the pictures so that the patient and their family members will have clear about the diet. So for that purpose, the nurse has to provide proper health education regarding the diet pattern, which diet they have to take. So how they have to follow certain things, the thing the nurse has to explain to the patient and their family members. And next thing, regarding this condition, the patient may have fear and anxiety. So in order to prevent that fear and anxiety, as a nurse, she should provide health education regarding the nature of illness for God to prevent fear and anxiety, to clear out their problems. So they were having doubt and they were having fear because of this condition. So the nurse has to clear clear their doubts. So by explaining this condition, so and so it will be cured by this day. So that thing the nurse has to clearly, she should explain by showing pictures. So this is the health education process. And next thing is, she should provide psychological support also. So the patient may have fear and anxiety. So she should provide psychological support to become cured from these conditions. So the nurse has to follow these things in nursing intervention. So completed this topic. So whatever I have discussed till now, one more time I will summarize. First we have seen what is the meaning of hyperchloremia and how it is occurring. So we have seen the causes, how it leads to the hyperchloremia and which type of clinical manifestations are present in this condition. And next thing is, in this condition which type of laboratory finding they will see. And next thing is, as a nurse, how she is going to give the care such type of condition. So completed this topic. Thank you.